Hello students, welcome to Bio Learning with Aparna. In our last session, we have started with your new chapter, that is tissues. We have already discussed the meristematic tissue. Now let us begin with the permanent tissue. Now we know that the cells of meristematic tissue. Now these cells of meristematic tissue, they undergo differentiation and they form the permanent tissue. Now what is this meaning of differentiation? That is, they form or they attain a permanent shape, size, and they are now committed for a specific function. Now these permanent tissue, on the basis of their structural complexity, are either simple permanent tissue or the complex permanent tissue. Now what is their difference between the simple and complex? The simple permanent tissue are made up of only one type of cell, and all these cells are like to each other. While the complex permanent tissue, it consists of the different types of cell, more than two different types of cell, while they are performing same function. Now starting with the simple permanent tissue. Now on the basis of the function that they perform, the simple permanent tissue may be either simple protective tissue and the simple supporting tissue. Now this simple protecting tissue, we are going to study two different examples. First one is the epidermis and the second one is the cork or the bark. So the epidermal cells, only after aging or when the plant grows into the tree, the epidermal cells, they form the cork or the bark. Now what are these epidermal cells? The outermost layer or the different surfaces of the plant are covered by usually a single layer of cell that is known as epidermis. Now as this is the outermost layer, generally it performs the function of protection. Now there may be certain kind of variation in the epidermal cells depending on the plant type or the habitat from which that plant is present. Now these epidermal cells, there is a single layer, these are live cells, then the outer wall and the side wall, these are thicker than that of the inner wall. So the outer and side wall of the epidermis cell are thicker while the inner wall is thinner. Now in case of plants that are from the dry region, so plants which are living in the dry region, usually they are having the epidermis layer, that is thicker layer. So in our area, if we compare the epidermis of the plants from our area that with the dry region, we will observe that the epidermis layer thickness is more in case of the plants from the dry region. Now this variation is to prevent the water loss in the dry region. The epidermis, it consists of a single layer. Now the cells are comparatively flat with the outer walls or the side walls thicker and the inner walls are thinner. Now these cells, they usually form a continuous layer. Now while forming this continuous layer, there are no intercellular spaces. So intercellular spaces are absent. Now these things, that the continuity of the layer and the absence of intercellular spaces is helpful for the protection. Now in case of the epidermis of aerial parts of the plant. Now what are these aerial parts? Particularly the leaves as well as the stem. Now these epidermis cells or epidermal cells from these aerial parts, they secrete. What they secrete? They secrete a waxy waterproofing component. Waterproofing substance or a component. Now this secretion, it provides three main functions or it provides the protection against three main types. First one that is the most important, that is water loss. Second one, that is the mechanical injury. And third, most important is that it prevents the invasion of pathogenic or the parasitic fungi. So otherwise, the fungi that can infect through the plant aerial parts, that are prevented by this waxy or waterproofing substance. The epidermis of leaf, there are tiny pores. Now these tiny pores, as you know, are called as stomata. Now usually these stomata are meant for the gaseous exchange. This gaseous exchange occurs during the photosynthesis process, that the carbon dioxide is taken up and oxygen is released out. Similarly, another role is the transpiration, by which the water balance of the water content of the plant is maintained. Now these stomata are protected, or the activity of stomata is regulated by the presence of kidney shaped guard cells. So these stomata are present in the epidermis of the leaf. Now in the epidermis of the roots, there are long hair-like structures. Hair-like structures. Now this increases the total absorptive surface area. This increases the total absorptive surface area, so that it will help in the absorption of water from the soil. So the epidermis from the different area or the region of the plant are meant for the specific function of that particular plant portion. Similarly, in case of desert plants, the epidermis is covered by a wax-like component called as cutin, and obviously the function of this specific cutin is the prevention of the water loss. The next tissue, that is the simple permanent tissue, which is having the protective role, is the cork. Now a strip of secondary meristem, it forms the cork. Now if we compare the epidermis from the younger plant with that of the large tree, we will observe that the cells of the cork are more compactly arranged, and these are without any intercellular spaces. So no intercellular spaces and more compact arrangement are the characteristic property of this cork cell. Similarly, the cork cells are having a specific substance, that is suberin, because of which the layer of this cork, it becomes impervious to gases, so that no any gaseous exchange occurs through this cork layer. Mainly, this cork also provides the protection to the bark or to the stem. So it is similar with that of the epidermis, but later on it consists of mainly the dead cells. So it is a layer of dead cells that are compactly arranged without intercellular spaces, and they are having the suberin.
This is figure of section of a stem. Here we can clearly observe various permanent tissues. Starting from outer side, simple permanent tissue, that is epidermis, is followed by chlorenchyma and parenchyma. At the inner side, complex permanent tissues are seen, that is xylem and phloem, that form vascular bundles.
Starting with the simple permanent tissue, which are having the supportive role. Now the first in this context is the parenchyma. Now this is the most usual permanent tissue that is readily observed. Now the characteristic is that this parenchyma layer or parenchyma tissue, it consists of the live cells or the living cells that are having thin cell walls, and most thing is that it consists of mostly unspecialized or relatively unspecialized cells unspecialized cells that are loosely arranged with large intercellular spaces. Large intercellular spaces. And the main function of this parenchyma tissue is that it stores food. Now when this parenchyma tissue or the cells of the parenchyma tissue are having chloroplast and they perform the function of photosynthesis, it is known as chlorenchyma. What are chlorenchyma? These are the type of parenchyma tissue, but it consists of the chloroplast and it performs the function of photosynthesis. Now in certain aquatic plants, these parenchyma tissue are having air spaces and they help in the floating of that plant within the water. Now in that case, the parenchyma are known as aerenchyma. Next permanent tissue in the supportive role is the collenchyma. Now the major thing is that the flexibility of the plant is due to this collenchyma. Now the cells of this collenchyma tissue are living. Then these are elongated and these are irregularly thickened. At the corners. Then another thing is that these are having very less intercellular spaces. Now in the previously parenchyma, these were loosely arranged and these were having large intercellular spaces, but here very small intercellular spaces are there. Now it helps in bending of the various plant parts without breaking. For example, the tendrils and the stem in case of climbers. Tendrils and the stems of the climbers. It is also present in the leaf stalks below the epidermis. The last type of the permanent tissue, that is simple permanent tissue, is the sclerenchyma. Now this tissue makes the plant hard and stiff. Now the coconut husk is made up of sclerenchyma tissue. Now the features of the cells. The cells are dead, long, narrow. The walls are thick due to presence of lignin. So lignin is present. Now the walls are so thick that there is no internal space inside the cell. So internal space inside the cell is not present. Inside the cell. No internal space inside the cell. Now where this sclerenchyma tissue is present? It is present in the stem around the vascular bundle. The sclerenchyma tissue is present in the stem around the vascular bundle. Then it is present in the veins of the leaves. Similarly, these are present in the hard shells of the nuts and seeds. Overall, it gives the strength to the different plant parts.
Various types of simple permanent tissue can be seen in this figure. The first one is of parenchyma and the second is of collenchyma. Last two are of transverse and vertical section of sclerenchyma respectively. Here we can clearly observe the differences in the cells of different tissues.
Now let us discuss complex permanent tissue. Now these complex permanent tissue are made up of more than one type of cell. and they coordinate to perform a common function. So functionally, all these cells, they are performing a common function, but the different types of cells are present. Now here, there are major two different types of this complex permanent tissue, that is xylem and phloem. Now both of these are the conducting tissue. Both of these are the conducting tissue, and they form or they constitute a vascular bundle. Now this vascular tissue, that is the xylem and phloem, are very important for the plants because of these two vascular tissues or vascular bundles, the plants can survive in the terrestrial environment. Now this xylem and phloem both are conducting tissues. The first complex permanent tissue is xylem. Now this xylem is made up of 4 different types of cell, namely tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers. Now these tracheids and vessels are tubular structure, and mostly these are the dead cells when they get mature. The function of these tracheids and vessels is transport of water and minerals vertically. Water and minerals vertically. Now this xylem parenchyma, it stores food, and xylem fiber, it gives support, or it is the having supportive role. So overall, the transport of water and minerals from the root to the tip of the plant is carried out by this xylem. Last type of complex permanent tissue is the phloem. Now this phloem is made up of 5 different types of cells. Now these are sieve cells, sieve tubes, companion cells, and like xylem, the phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers. Now all these 4 cells except phloem fiber are living cells. So only phloem fibers are dead cells. Now these sieve tubes are
In this figure,
tubular
we can
cells,
see different types of cells which form
and they are
xylem,
having the
that are
perforated
tracheid, vessel
walls.
and xylem parenchyma.
That means the shape
Finally,
of this
this
sieve
is
tube
section of phloem.
elongated or
In this
tubular,
figure,
and the walls
sieve
are
tube,
having the
companion
pores.
cell, sieve
Now,
plate
overall,
and phloem
the phloem
parenchyma
performs
can be
a
clearly
very
seen.
important function, that is transport of food. Transport of food from leaves to the all parts of the plant, to all parts. So by the process of photosynthesis, the food is synthesized in the leaf, and that food from the leaves is transported to all parts of the plant by using phloem. Now let us come to the end of session. Today we have discussed the different types of permanent tissue, that is the simple and complex permanent tissue. We have gone through the location as well as the function of these different plant tissues. In the coming session, we will discuss in detail various types and their function of animal tissue. Till then, like, share and subscribe my channel. don't forget to press the bell button so that you will be notified with the coming videos.